Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good wherever you are and whatever type of time it is. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I see the hearts come on in the right side of my screen, meaning people are entering, seeing some beautiful faces along the bottom horizontal bar, which is exciting as well. I hope that you have all gotten ready and prepared to discuss emotions. Alicia, good afternoon from Texas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's afternoon for you as well. I guess it depends on where you are in Texas and all the hearts going. Fantastic. Hearts, we're talking about hearts, emotions, our emotional body. And I love talking about our emotional body. I love talking about emotions. Emotions are the key to everything. Emotions is the key. If you want to be happy, it's all about emotions. If you want to manifest, it's all about emotions. If you want to find peace and joy in your life, it's all about emotions. So today we will explore the emotional body. We will explore the emotional body and find the fascination, the amazement of it, and see how the emotional body is really a tool for us. Our emotions and emotional body, if used in the right way, is a tool, an amazing tool. But many of us have been conditioned to shut it off, to close it off, to not trust our emotions, to be ashamed and judge our emotions. And today, in this way of empowerment and celebration, we will talk about emotions. We will bring them to the surface. We will celebrate them. We will honor them. And we will recognize the power our emotions give us and be empowered to retool and remuscle so our emotions can point us towards what we desire. I don't know how that sounds to all of you. And if you want to talk about what emotions that you have been conditioned to try to avoid, are ashamed of, are feeling most frequently, are you all feeling happy? Let's even talk about what are the emotions that you want to feel? What is it that you want to feel? How is it that you would like to feel? And what is it that you're mostly feeling? That's a really nice question for us to start thinking about and including in the preamble. Now, for those of you who know me, you know. For those of you that don't, I will introduce, I look at us from four bodies. I look at the human body, the human as having four bodies. Our egoic body. The egoic body is where we carry our beliefs and our identity. And a lot of my live streams, spend a lot of time on the egoic body. Because the egoic body is where it sets all our truth and it's our connection to bigger. We've got our mental body. Our mental body is where our thoughts are, our processing are. And the mental body is very, very powerful. And we have been conditioned in this human experience to use and believe our mind is our main tool. We also have our emotional body. I believe our emotional body should be our command center. This is our heart. This is our heart center emotional body. And I believe if we can use our emotions as our tool to direct us towards our greatest desires, our emotional body, our heart center is the powerful mechanism to get us there. Our emotional body. And then lastly, our physical body. This is our physical expression of who we are. It's our physical sensations. Our five senses are through the physical expression, our physical body. Now, the emotional body is obviously all of the four bodies are connected. They're all our four bodies, so they're all connected. But the emotional body is very connected to the physical body. Most of our physical pain, if not all of it, is related to some sort of emotional repression. Our physical pain is emotional repression. We can understand from numbness, from pain, what's going on emotionally. And this is what we're going to journey towards. It's fascinating. So we were going to find the relationship between our physical and our emotional. And our thoughts are very closely connected to our heart as well. Sometimes one of my meditations is what came first, the thoughts or the feeling. And sometimes we walk into a room and we get a feeling and then we start to think, or somebody comes and makes a loving gesture. That's a feeling that then will say, oh, I love this person, or oh, that was awkward, or that was interesting. Our emotional body and our physical body are so directly connected. And what we want to do is start to break apart and become aware. When it's our emotional one, when it's our mental, when it's physical, and when it's egoic. And why do we want awareness? Awareness is our ultimate tool to the liberty, the freedom, the worthiness, the happiness, the everything that we're looking for. It all starts with awareness. And when we start to give all of our bodies the appropriate attention and love and honor and celebration it deserves, we will flourish. We will flourish. So let's talk about emotions. I see the hearts going, and I see Sunita has come in. Hello to you, Sunita. Hello, hello. She says, hello, everybody. Hello, everyone is actually what she said. So let's talk, guys. What are your emotions? What are the emotions that let's talk about it in the negative now, or the resistant. What are the emotions that you're aware that you feel that you resist? So those of you that know me, you know that whenever we feel something negative, we then add another negative feeling over that. We add resistance to resistance. So right now, someone makes me angry. They make me angry. And then all of a sudden, I'm ashamed I got angry. Or I got sad by something. And then I'm ashamed that I got sad. Or I feel guilty that I got angry. Boom, resistance on resistance. What we want to do is become aware of the resistance on the resistance, and detangle from it. Sharon, beautiful. Sadness and anxiety. Sadness and anxiety. Beautiful. So emotions come in all different flavors. And they come in, I call it the rainbow of emotions. And when we call it a rainbow of emotions, it actually honors it and gives it such beauty. One story can give us a rainbow, a full expression of emotions. And emotions are fantastic when we use them to tool us. Emotions indicate something that is undesired. And emotions are indication of a place that we are that is undesired. So typically we spend all our time saying, I feel this way and I am in the undesired state. What we want to shift to is one, awareness. Sharon says sadness and anxiety. Sadness and anxiety. Acknowledging what it is that we do not want. And then acknowledge what it is pointing to us, our desire, our greatest desire. Again, those of you that know me, 3 things. I think that as a human, we're on the journey for 3 things. It's a movement towards unconditional worthiness, freedom, and happiness. So we need to look at the sadness and anxiety. And Sharon, if you want to share and continue to explore, and anybody else that experiences sadness and anxiety, what is your sadness telling you? What is your anxiety telling you? Are you aware? And we talked about this earlier this week, Sharon. I know you were on Tuesday, where we were talking about conditioning, and conditioning was really about the stories, where we came from and our emotions. And beautiful. And so anxiety is typically a fear that we're not willing to acknowledge, a fear that we're not able to name. It's able, willing, acknowledge, beautiful. I have had chronic pain for 3 years, and it's coming from that. Beautiful. Sadness and anxiety. And the only time that this sadness and anxiety and chronic pain will shift is when it becomes embraced. And we will work together to tool ourselves to muscle, to ultimately where life is most beautifully met. And that's from a place of acceptance, surrender, peace, joy, ease, flow, allowing. All those words. We could add some more if you want. Fantastic, Sharon. Thank you for complimenting my memory. And hello, Andrea. Hello to you. So, fantastic. So the other beautiful thing about emotions is there's a few things. In English, we typically say, I am X, Y, and Z. And we associate ourselves. We identify with our emotions. What I would like for us collectively to adopt is to recognize we aren't our emotions. And that, you know, when I spend time on the egoic body, I come to a place, and on Sunday, we're going to be having a live stream that's talking about, are you the actor or reactor in your life? This is when we're going to spend a lot of time on the egoic level. But ultimately, when we get to the egoic level, where we want to be is, I am. I am. I am. But if you say, I am tired, I am sad, I am anxious, I have chronic pain, we're identifying with a lot of things that are less than the unlimited, amazing, connected self. So Sharon, what we want, and for all of us, is start to become aware of what we are identifying with, whether it's our physical body, chronic pain, our emotional body, sadness and anxiety, our mental body. It doesn't matter. What we want to do is start to become aware of everything that's going on in our four bodies and dissociate from it. We will no longer identify with it, but we will honor it. We'll be aware of it. We will recognize it. We will see it. But we don't need to identify with it. We do not to be it, because ultimately on this journey, the only thing we want to identify with is I am. Tell me if that's too much or if you guys like that. Tell me if you like that. Sporty Jen, acceptance is hard. Sporty Jen, do you know that I don't like the word hard, suffer, struggle, and difficult? And so yes, acceptance is one of the muscles that we have not tooled ourselves with, because society hasn't really given us acceptance as something for us to work towards. So Sporty Jen, can I ask you, and I love your Sporty Jen and I'm calling you Sporty Jen, can I offer to you if we could say that we are building the muscle to lean into acceptance, that we are recognizing that acceptance ultimately is the pathway and the journey to finding happiness, appreciation, gratitude, allowing and ease in our life, and that we're recognizing all of our four bodies and seeing where there's resistance, and the resistance that we have been conditioned to not allow us to accept things that are what is are and is what it is, and life is as it is to be. Sporty Jen, tell me what you think about that. Because what I would like for all of us is to shift a lot of the conditioning that we have, where things are shameful, hard, difficult, guilt. There's a lot of different things that we have been conditioned to. And what I would love on this journey is for us to recondition. Recondition to ease, acceptance, allowing. Everything is okay. Everything is as it is and as it is meant to be. Everything is beautiful. That we honor the human journey. We honor our physicality, whatever we were physically born with, whoever we physically are. We honor our emotional self. We honor every single emotion and recognize that every emotion is an expression of myself now, or the conditioning that has led me up to this moment. And if I use it to calibrate to truth, then it is a tool. It is a powerful mechanism and tool. So can we adopt some of these to ultimately free ourselves and get back to the truth, the three truths: our unconditional worthiness, our unconditional freedom, and our unconditional happiness, love, joy, peace. Sporty Jen, are you with me? Tell me how you feel that, how that aligned, whether there was any resistance in there and anything that I said, or if anything doesn't feel good, so we can align to feeling good. Because ultimately, this is why I love the emotional body. It doesn't matter what I say. You can understand anything I say intellectually, but if you don't feel it, nothing is going to change. So I don't want to affirm things to any of you, because it's not my affirmations that's going to shift. The shift is from the heart, from the feeling. So if I say something, I'm not trying to affirm. I want it to resonate with your truths. And then we see, how do we get to the emotional part, and then how do we shift from there? Sporty Jen, it's getting past habitual ways of reacting to triggers that you're not aware of. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Andrea says hello from New Zealand, and she says she's a fan of mine and she's making me blush. Alicia, chronic pain after 2 major surgeries, lost some parts of my body. Okay, for those of you that know me, some people will say something really intense and then I say beautiful or for fantastic. When I am speaking here at this level, I am talking about our egoic and spiritual journey. I know on our physical level, Alicia just shared some really difficult physical things. And Alicia, I really appreciate you sharing with it. But I believe everything we're experiencing on the physical is to teach us and guide us on the emotional, on the spiritual, on the higher level. So ultimately, life is teaching you and us through you how to find liberty, worthiness, and freedom through significant physical changes that are going through your body. And Alicia, my love to you, my full love to you, and my full also honor to you for the courage that you're here to speak to and to find and recalibrate your freedom and your worthiness and your happiness. Because ultimately, I don't know which parts of your body that you've lost, but every single one of them are integral into our feelings of freedom. And it doesn't matter what part, and it could even be some of the cosmetic parts. There is a significant impact to us physically and emotionally and mentally. So I recognize the beauty and the journey that you're in right now. And so to me, I would go straight to if we're working on the spiritual level, let's go straight to it. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel? There's a lot of physical pain I'm aware of, and you can talk about the locations of your physical pain because that gives significant hints into what's going on emotionally. And then let's go to the emotional. That's what today is all about. It's about the emotional. How do you feel? How do you feel? And let's get straight to it. Let's get to it, Alicia, if you want to play. Andrea says she loves it. Manal, I always feel emotional pain and I'm not sure what emotion it is. How do I know? Gary, that is so beautiful. It actually makes me want to cry. Many men have not been taught to repress their emotions. And I see it in my son, who sometimes says frustrated as every description of the way that he feels. And what we'll do is create, and what you'll do, Gary, not we'll do, but what we'll create a context is for ultimately being safe to feel. So the first thing we're going to do for how to feel what your emotional pain is being safe. Gary and everybody, do you know that it is safe to feel? Do you know that it's safe to feel? Sporty Jen, yes. It's the resistance and the fear which takes over. We are going to stop being afraid of our feelings, which is what we're talking about right now with Gary. We are going to be stopped saying, I feel unworthy because I lost my limbs. We are going to be stopped being fearful of death, of balding, of whatever it might be. And we're going to start to embrace it fully. One of my dear, dear friends has really, really thin hair. And so she wears a wig, and her wig is the most beautiful wig. And everybody, no matter where we go, compliments her hair and says, where do you get your hair dressed? Who's your hairdresser? What's going on? She tells them it's a wig. And it's so interesting to see that she has no shame in it, but how the other people receive it with such embarrassment or guilt or shame. And sometimes I set up people. I set them up because I'm so evil that way in a safe setting with friends. They'll be like, oh my God, her hair is gorgeous. I'm like, yeah, ask her who her hairdresser is. And we'll all bust out laughing. And they're like, you knew. I'm like, yeah, I knew. Because it's so funny. So what that is the resistance of the resistance. And that's what we're going to get rid of. The resistance on the resistance. And then get to a point where Gary can say, thank you and I love you. Thank you, Gary, and I love you too. And love his emotions. And no longer feel they have to be repressed. They are our biggest tools. They calibrate us to truth. They help us understand where we are and where we want to be. They are amazing. They are brilliant. They are beautiful. So today we are going to detangle. Yes, Andrea, things could be also from a former life. It could be genetic. It could be DNA. It could be anything. It could be anything. It could be anything. And there's different ways for us to get at it. The same way that we get at it, if it's from this life, is how we get it at from previous lives. And it's just being comfortable of being aware and going into, we're going to go into a meditation, because talking to the emotional body is best from doing it to a meditation. But what I like to do is guide us to going into the body, into, like Alicia's saying, her sadness, her anxiousness, and into recognizing that anxiety is actually fears that she doesn't want to say. That anxiety, Alicia tells me, if that anxiety has flavor of lack of worthiness, if that anxiety has flavors of lack of freedom, if that anxiety has flavors of not feeling happy and good enough, less than, because there's things that are going on in her physical body that compared to normal people, there's a difference. And so now we have to calibrate to the truth and the beauty of who I am for who I am. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, guys, the chat is going fast and I missed some. If I ever miss any of your comments, please put them in again, because I love to speak to everybody. Asia says, good afternoon from New York City, her first time. Steve, you have a comment in here. Let me see. I feel stripped. Not like I don't have the emotions. Wasn't allowed to have them. Neglect. I didn't feel them. Abuse. Very early. Like I've been locked or frozen out from myself. Very hard. I feel very hardened. Beautiful. Steve, beautiful. And you guys, if it bothers me what you when I say beautiful or fantastic when you share, please let me know. But it's what comes out from my expression. Beautiful. It's beautiful. What you're saying is beautiful. I, at one point, had a cage around my heart. One of my dear girlfriends also had a cage around her heart. And it's to protect you from being hurt and saddened. And our bodies and our emotional, and when we were babies and conditioned, Tuesday we talked about conditioning, we have so many coping mechanisms to help us survive. So Steve, the coping mechanisms that your body adopted to help you survive are totally fantastic. They were exactly what was needed. But now in your adult madness, and I hope I can say that because of your picture and assumptions that I'm making with your name, let me know if you want to recalibrate any of those assumptions. It's time that you can recognize that closing off of your emotional body, of your heart, is keeping you from the truth of who you are. And that you are now safe. You might not have been safe as a baby and as a child, but that was the conditioning that was required to lead you to here now, to lead you to be into the man that you are now, and to ultimately find your sense of freedom and worthiness and self-love now. So yours very similar to Gary, where Gary is like, oh, I know I feel them, but I don't know what they are. For you, you're saying, I've closed myself off not to feel them and to be hard because this body, this emotional body, hasn't been safe. Well, today, all of us, now, can we create the intention that our emotional body is safe? Can we create the intention that we can trust ourselves? Universe. I don't know what you believe in. Those of you that know me know that sometimes I say whatever you want to say, but is it God? Is it universe? Is it higher power? Is it inner being? Is it source? Doesn't matter what it is. But can you trust yourself? Can you trust your connection to greater and create the intention right now for us to recognize our emotional bodies are a fantastic tool to tool us to truth, and we will start to trust them now. I'm getting the hearts and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And now we have the other side where Sunita's saying my emotions just take over. I had 2 brain surgeries as I had trigemia neurologia. I know I didn't say that well. Now when I'm depressed, my pain gets worse. When I'm depressed, my pain gets worse. When I get depressed, my pain gets worse. That's resistance on our resistance. That's our resistance on our resistance. So what we want to do is, first of all, like I said, set the intention to honor our emotional body, honor our emotional body, honor the truth of who we are, honor that our emotions are a beautiful tool to guide me to the biggest, greatest desires that I have, that my emotions are beautiful. That I trust myself. Sporty Jen says, trust is my big thing. Been let down a lot since my childhood. We have been conditioned. We've been conditioned. All of us have conditioned. We all have different stories. And these conditionings help to lead us to developing beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and physical experiences that repeat itself and repeat itself and repeat itself and repeat itself until we learn the lesson. Until we learn the lesson. And again, the lesson, the 3, let's go to the 3. And I'm going to ask all of you to join me. The lesson we're all calibrating towards is, I'm unconditionally worthy. It doesn't matter what happened in my childhood. It doesn't matter whether or not how I was treated and what's going on and what stories I have. It doesn't matter. On Tuesday, we talked about whether I was adopted or whether I was a mistake or whether I was the last one and sort of left all alone and not connected. It doesn't really matter. I am worthy. I'm worthy. Doesn't matter what's going on with my body, my limbs, my pain. I'm worthy. Do all of you tell me from your hearts and tell me from words? Can you accept that we're unconditionally worthy? You might not believe it and feel it yet, but are you willing to reset with your egoic beliefs, that you are unconditionally worthy? Ray says, yes, I see some beautiful hearts. Definitely, I'm unconditionally worthy. Yes, yes. Gail says, tough one. Gail, I don't know whether you believe in the universe or you believe in God, higher being, upper, whatever it might be. Do you believe that whatever that is sees you as unconditionally worthy? In God, beautiful. Does God see you as unconditionally worthy? Sporty Jen, yes, I want to. Great. I want to create an intention for all of us. So Gail and all of you who believe in a higher, something higher universe, yes, perfect. I'm not asking you to accept it for yourself yet. Right now, I want you to accept that there is a belief that we're all unconditionally worthy. That's on the egoic level. We're going to work today. That's why we're at the emotional level. We're going to work to align with it in our body. It's the alignment with all 4 bodies, egoic body, mental body, emotional body, and physical body, the alignment in the belief of your unconditional worthiness that lets you become unconditionally worthy. But it's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong journey. So Gail, are you with me? And all of you are with me. Are you with me? Are you with me? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Number two, same thing. We are unconditionally free. Free. Again, we might not believe it. We might not feel it. We might not be it. But again, on the egoic level, on the belief level, that us as a human being, by virtue of us being human, we are unconditionally free. I've got some yeses going and I've got some hearts going. We're unconditionally free. I'm free to have my beliefs. I'm free to think. I'm free to feel. I'm free to be. Conditions have taught me sometimes not to feel free. Sometimes I feel like I'm controlled. Sometimes I feel like I don't have choice. But ultimately, we're unconditionally free. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then happiness. We are love. We are the vibration of love. We are beauty. We are joy. We are peace. We are. Again, I don't want to say that we necessarily believe it, feel it, and be it, but we know it. We know it, that we are on an egoic level, that we are love, we are happiness, God, higher being, universe, nature, highest vibration of beauty, of love, of happiness. Yes, yes, yes. Am I getting yeses and hearts? seeing the hearts coming in. So now we've reset on our egoic level. So everything comes back with resetting on the egoic level. So now we recognize we have a lot of emotions. Some of us are repressing our emotions. Some of us are enlightened. I love your name. Some of us are repressing our emotions. Some of us are hiding from our emotions. Some of us are recognizing them but not know what to call them. And some of us are letting them out in spurts. Some of us are calling our emotions anxiety because they don't want to recognize the fear. And all of us are putting resistance on the resistance. So now that we recognize, hey, we're worthy and we're free and we're love, and my emotional body is important and talking to me, I'm going to hold my emotional body from a different place now. I'm going to hold it from a place of interest and intrigue and growth and beautiful. Gary, fear sucks. Fear sucks. And you know what we're going to do with fear? We're going to make fear our friend. We're going to make fear our friend. Because when fear becomes our friend, it transforms into compassion and love, and then we can let it go. That's the process with the emotion. What we're going to do is we're going to feel the body part. We're going to feel, okay, let's all do this together for a moment. Let's pick our shoulder, the right shoulder. Okay. Does anybody feel any tension or anything in the shoulder? Can you guys become aware of your shoulder? In your shoulder, I want you to feel the physicality. And then, particularly if you feel any tightness or any physical sensations, just sort of feel into it and see if you can feel any emotions. Or sometimes you might not feel the emotion, particularly us that have turned off our emotional bodies. But see if there's any stories that you can connect with. See if you could see when you feel into your right shoulder or your left shoulder, pick your or both your shoulders. If you could start to feel, like when I started to feel into my shoulders right now, I started to feel like actually responsibility and I know it's very cliche, but the weight of the world. Even though I wasn't feeling my shoulder before I said, let's feel into our shoulder, I could sort of feel like heaviness of sort of carrying life and sometimes not feeling supported. So I want all of you to feel into your shoulders and see when you feel into your shoulders, into your physical body and your emotional body, what stories and insight your shoulders will give you. Gary wants to give fear a hug, but it's hard. We're going to get there, Gary. You're going to love your fear. Because fear is pointing us to truth. We are going to find excitement with all of our emotions because we're going to recognize that it is an indication of a greater desire for more. And rather than be fearful of it, we're going to look it in the eye and say, fear, I see you. And I recognize that you're looking at me, making me feel unworthy, but ultimately I'm worthy. Beautiful. Salted shoulders feel like choking, being strangled. Beautiful. Steve feels like loss or something, like something was there, but I don't know what. Beautiful. Sort of feel into that. I'm glad that you guys are getting this. And if you don't, it's okay. Your shoulder might not tell you something today, but your abdomen might. Your knee might. It doesn't matter. Everything is successful. Just stopping to feel into your shoulders. Gail is feeling overworked. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now you guys enjoy it. Like, enjoy the fascination. In the fascination, enlightened heavy. Gary says it's going to be a huge step for us. We're getting there. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now enjoy that our bodies are talking to us in a way that we haven't talked before. Hannah, beautiful. Trying to keep me safe. And it's tired. It's efforting. Protection in my shoulders, strength, no one is allowed in. Sporty Jen, so there's a protection in there, beautiful, but nobody is allowed in. So there's a lack of trust. There's the trust that you're talking about. Ray's feeling tension in the shoulder blades. Farnaz, don't worry. We're feeling into our shoulders and seeing what it's telling us. Michael, pierced. That's usually betrayal. It's usually a sense of betrayal. Beautiful. And see if you can see now the next step. So Michael, I told you that's betrayal. See if you can feel betrayal. The next step is once you feel the emotions and the stories like you guys are connecting with, imagine your life as a timeline and see if you can feel the first time that you've ever felt a similar sensation. The first time that you felt this. It might be in the womb. It might be when you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 to 9. Beautiful. Steve gives a range. And like Andrea said, it might be past lives. It might be generational. It might be genetic. So anything can come to you. There is nothing off limits. This is your body telling you truth. There's nothing off limits. So Steve, 3 to 9, beautiful. When you see where it's coming from, the youngest age, if you have it in you to give that young boy love and care and sort of, instead of seeing the story from a place of tension or pain or sadness or struggle or difficulty, see it from a place of beauty and love and fascination and intrigue and excitement and recognition that this is now all here to teach us, that this is your conditioning that's here to help liberate you, and to see it as a gift. So see if you can shift it now. It's when you start getting information and then it takes you back to your early days that you can start to shift it from being fearful of that fear or that tension or that anxiety to becoming curious and self-aware and understanding and free, because now it's a friend helping you. Now that you're feeling all this and you've gone somewhere in your timeline, I want you to ask, what are you here to tell me? What are you guiding me to more? Acknowledge what the deeper desire is. And like I said, it's usually 3. Sporty Jen sees infancy, growing up with my twin brother. Beautiful, beautiful. And so now ask her, what's it guiding you towards? Towards the recognition of your freedom, your worthiness, your unconditional love or happiness. It might not come to the lowest common denominator of those 3, but it might be something. Fear of death, fear of being abandoned, fear of being unsupported. Could be anything. And those stories usually go to one of those other 3 stories. But ask what it wants you to know, what it's guiding you to. Acknowledge. That's step 2. Number 1 is awareness, which we've gotten into. Awareness of the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, the egoic body. And step 2 is acknowledging deeper. What is it that your body is guiding you towards? Worthiness, freedom, love. And then if you receive that, 3 is about loving it and holding it from a place of love and appreciation and freedom and liberty and recognition that it is a gift to help you find truth and beauty and celebration and liberation and worthiness and love in this world. And at this point, all of you, this is when you can let go. All of that tension that you connected with, you can let go. Either take it off your shoulders physically, rub it off your shoulder, or just breathe it in and breathe it out. Steve, beautiful. I wasn't conscious of any of it. It was more of a energetic memory vibration. Beautiful. It's not mind mental one. Beautiful. That's how I receive mine as well. Mine is just like a knowing. It's just a knowing and just comes out there. Beautiful. And so Steve, in the beginning, just honor any way that your body is going to give you information. Sporty Jen, feeling alone, a lot of bereavement, anger and grief, confusion. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then And Steve and Sporty Jen and Ray, what is it guiding you towards? What is it telling you? You know what you didn't want and what you're holding, the resistance. What's it guiding you towards? What is ultimate your greater desire? Ray, I think my shoulders and gut are trying to be ready for something, but I don't know what. Beautiful. Ray, can you invite when it's best for your highest good for you to know what your shoulders and your gut are ready, asking you to be ready for? And just create an intention to be ready. I am ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. I am ready. I am ready, 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 ready. I am fully ready. And I'm ready to receive whatever you want from me, whatever you'd like me to be ready. I am ready, 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 ready. So just be ready. And I like to remove the term I don't know till I will know when it's good for me. I will know when it's right for me. I trust that my body will give me the right message when I'm ready. I trust. I am ready. I know. So that doubt, that self-doubt, the more we're going to work together, we're going to muscle towards that doubt being trusting. Trusting. Was it Sporty Jen that says she doesn't trust? We're going to muscle together to trust. Vicky, deep sadness here. Beautiful. What is it that it's pointing you towards, and were you able to let it go? Were all of you able to let it go? Pain in left shoulder, right shoulder is comfortable. Sunita, were you able to get any stories from your left shoulder? Farnaz, sadness at my feet. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. No. Okay, what we would want to do is during the meditation, when you go into it, just go into the left shoulder and just sort of see what those stories are. But this is the way all of us are going to start to get comfortable with our physical bodies, with our discomfort, with our emotional bodies, and with our emotions. And it's only by going deep in and not resisting it and not saying I have chronic pain or chronic fatigue or my shoulder hurts or my knee hurts or my foot hurts. It's creating a new set of beliefs. We are powerful beings. We are powerful beings. Who believes we're powerful beings? Andrea, my shoulder said it could not hold my weight hanging on them. That's beautiful. And so what does it want you to do, Andrea? Did it tell you what it wants you to do? And lightness is more than just physical lightness. It's emotional lightness. It's mental lightness. It's egoic lightness. It's just flowing and allowing. It's accepting. Sunita, yes, we are powerful beings. So are we willing to accept we are powerful beings? Are we willing to accept that we are meant to be healthy? Are we willing to accept that we are meant to be these amazing spiritual beings? Gary, beautiful. Enthusiasm, beautiful. Which is, my enthusiasm is contagious, beautiful. Are you willing to be enthusiastic about life and about yourself? Life is meant to be held with love and honor and celebration and care and intrigue and acceptance. Let's reorient what life is. Andrea might have to lose some weight on all levels. I don't know if that's what you're insinuating. And I don't think it's about losing weight. I think it's about acceptance. I think it's about holding yourself with honor and love. I think it's about with respect and care. I think it's about the stress of the world on your shoulders and honoring yourself and honoring life and honoring the flow of it. Because without gravity, everything is weightless. So it's the gravity of stress, of responsibilities that's making you heavy. How's that, Andrea? Sporty Jen, potentially we are amazing if we allow ourselves to tap in. You inspire me. Beautiful, Sporty Jen. That's exactly it. We are all going to allow ourselves to tap in. We are all going to inspire each other. You all inspire me. I'm sitting here telling you to feel into your shoulders, and you guys are going back till you're 3 or 9. You guys are amazing. You are amazing. It's all about us learning new tools and learning it from each other. And, I didn't get this from myself. I learned it from other teachers. You know, I read Think and Grow Rich, and I followed the Silva Mind Control, and I read The Seed of the Soul, and I read all the Bhagavad Gitas, and I read all of that, and I say, what are the truths? What are the truths? What are the truths? What are the truths? What are the and religion? I love religion. What are the truths? What are the truths? What are the consistencies? What is the beauty in life? And that's what we're going to calibrate to together. We all inspire each other. Steve, there is no narrative. It's real, it is, but I can't make it make sense, like neatly. And I don't like there's a feeling of disconnection. Talk to me more. There's something really deep, Steve, that you're looking for. Talk more so we could see if we can get there together. There's no narrative. It's real. It is, but I can't make it make sense, like neatly. And I don't like that there's a feeling of disconnection. Beautiful. There's something big that you're on the tip of. Speak more so we can get down to it. Himanshu, good evening to you. Beautiful. Farnaz is feeling sorry for herself. Today I had to go get another test, and I cried so much as I was always going to tests and treatments on my own, feeling sorry for myself. Beautiful. Guys, we all feel alone at times. We all feel alone at times. All of us. This is part of the human story. It's part of the human experience. One of the most times that people are depressed is Christmas, where there's a feeling that everybody's together, but not everybody has somebody to be together with, or they're feeling something that's apart. But ultimately, we're connected to bigger. There's something bigger going on. And if we can calibrate to this connection, then that feeling of alone, which I have felt this summer, actually, I have felt more alone than I have in a lot of my life because of a lot of different reasons, which are all fantastic. And it's okay. But we're connected. And the point is to find and connect to this connection. And when you're connected to this connection, then it calibrates to truth, and all of the love and all of the things that you're looking for come into you. And Andrea, I agree. Farnaz is so loved. I absolutely adore you, Farnaz. We missed you, Himanshu, and I'm feeling lonely even right now. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beautiful. Andrea, I celebrate my aloneness, and now I see it as freedom. And being alone, ultimately, feeling alone is feeling unconnected to self. Because there's sometimes people feeling alone in a room full of hundreds of people. The feeling alone is a disconnection from self. Because if it wasn't that way when you were together with other people, you would not feel alone. So it's about feeling connected to your emotions, your physicality, your mental body, your egoic body, and just feeling true, feeling real. Beautiful. Himanshu, I'm all alone as my wife and my family's in different town for work, and we meet twice a month. Okay, now let me ask you guys something. Sometimes when you're with your family all the time and you have no space for yourself, what is it that you want? You want time alone. Today I saw one of my neighbors outside, and she's like, oh, my partner was just in Boston. And I'm like, oh, I bet you guys both enjoyed that. And they were laughing. Sometimes we want to be alone and have our space. So how about if we take what we have and find the beauty in it? When Himanshu, you're alone. Maybe more time for meditation, for introspection, for you to be able to go within yourself. Deborah, how do you connect to yourself if you feel alone when others are around? So you feel alone when others are around, and how do you connect to yourself? It's not being, I think you guys feeling alone is it's a fear. What is feeling alone a fear of what? Let's get to that. Let's get down to feeling alone. I feel like this is a good thesis that we're all talking about. What are we fearful of when we're alone? Beautiful. Mukedi, we are humans, we crave connection. Farnaz, we feel unloved when we feel alone. Beautiful. What else is it that we're feeling when we feel alone? Fear of abandonment. Feel alone feels like abandonment. Beautiful. What else? Fear of losing someone. Beautiful. What else is the fear when we're alone? Fear for me, it's a fear of being unworthy, that I'm unworthy. Fear of losing someone. Death. Death. Beautiful, Sunita. Beautiful. Salted neglect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Afraid of losing our direction. Beautiful. Unloved. Definitely. Beautiful. Beautiful. So what did we say? It's the three things. It's worthiness, it's freedom, and it's love. So Attain, beautiful. And I love how everybody interprets things differently. So Attain is, I have a fear of people. I love being alone. So she doesn't trust. There's no trust, right? And so then there's a fear of being with other people, which is beautiful because I love how all of us as humans can take different conclusions and feelings and perceptions and manifest them in different ways, the yin and yang. And it's fascinating to me. Steve, feels like numbness. Beautiful. So why are we talking about being alone? Pauline, we're scared to focus on ourselves and be with our own emotions. Beautiful. So why are we talking about being alone when it's actually a fear of abandonment, lack of worthiness, feeling unloved, connecting with ourselves? That's the real fear, but we call it alone. But the fear is that we're not worthy. We're not loved. We're not cared for. So can we recognize that it's a fear? And then instead of adding resistance to that resistance, Steve, beautiful. I don't mind being alone, but I don't want to feel alienated. Beautiful. Attain, wonderful. When I'm with people, I find it hard to be my true self. So we're going to get into that one, Attain, because it looks like there's a protection. And what we want ultimately is for all of us to shine and radiate regardless of the external conditions. We don't want to need conditions to be in a certain way for us to be truth. Our truth, our beauty, our radiance should be unconditional. Salted, beautiful, beautiful. I like that. Let's go with this. You set the right tone. What is it that we want to feel? So alone makes us feel all those things that we listed. What is it that we want to feel? Accepted, validated. Rokyo, I'd rather be with myself to understand me and know me better than try to understand other people. Beautiful. And that's sort of like Attain's though, where it's a form of self-protection. We want to trust ourselves to be able to be in any conditions with anybody and radiate the beauty of who you are. Sunita, happy. Steve, heard, seen, seen. Yes, we want to be seen by others. We want to be heard. We want to be heard. We want to be seen. And that leads to worthiness, safe being by ourselves. Beautiful, safe and secure. Safe and secure. Beautiful, Pauline. Deborah, considered and cherished, important, worthy. Beautiful. So when we next feel alone, understood. Ray, beautiful, understood. So when we next feel alone, okay, Himanshu, go into it. I feel a vacuum from my partner or my parents. Though I'm getting a lot of time for myself, and I liked it as a temporary happiness, at the end of the day, I feel really a vacuum for my partner and my parents, which is beautiful. So is it the lack of happiness? What is it? Go deeper. Go deeper. I like that though, a vacuum for my partner, the connection, the desire for connection, the dying for to be amplifying your human experience. And that's beautiful. And actually that's what relationships are about. It's beautiful. But the feelings that we have give us an opportunity to work through the past so we can amplify our current experience. Valued, seen and heard. Roshio, Michael, feel my completeness. Attain, I only feel judged by other people. By all other people or some other people, Attain? We need to get to your bottom of this. We want you to trust yourself. Because if you are feeling judged by other people, it's your perception of their judgment, which is indirectly your judgment. I don't know if you went with me on that one, but it could be your perception of a judgment, but it's really your judgment. Pauline, I feel that my fear is to stay by myself and work on myself, to focus on myself. I feel that my fear is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is exactly the beauty of the emotional body. That if we get to understand when we feel, we don't judge, we don't feel guilty, we go in and we really begin to understand what it is that we are desiring, and what we desire, that is the power. So how is everybody feeling? I feel like I would really like us to do a nice meditation now. I feel like a lot of you have different stories, and that I would love to go into the bodies and safely explore your emotions and your emotional body, and recognize it and see it in a safe way and feel it and play with it and then let it go. How do you all feel about that? Attain, yes, I understood. I think I see a way out by recognizing their fear and woundedness. Beautiful. Attain, everybody is like each other. We are all on this journey to find freedom and worthiness and love. We're all here trying to do our best. We're all here trying to really make meaning out of this life. And ultimately, I believe that the trust that we need in life is with the trust with the bigger and trust with ourselves. And when we find that trust, then we welcome and we manifest, if we want to say, or we attract is the better word that I wanted to say. We attract a life more aligned and designed with what we desire. And so whether we are closing ourselves off or overreacting to our emotions, the truth truly is in alignment, in allowing, in balance, in honor and celebration of all of our bodies. Good. I think I'm seeing some positive yeses for a meditation. Does everybody feel good? And does the preamble give you enough to go into your bodies? Sporty Jen, this is life. I wish you were there on Tuesday with the conditioning. I thought it was a great one, and we'll do another one soon. But this is life. We're all here on a human journey, and sometimes, and I believe we're here to learn. I think we are all our life's purpose. So I have many inspirations that I've done about purpose, and I'm like, guys, if you're looking for your purpose, you're your life's purpose. And we spend an hour and a half, 2 hours talking about purpose, and everybody coming out with saying, oh yeah, I am my purpose. I don't need to be doing or acting or being my purpose. I am my purpose. And we all come in with different conditioning. No two people have the exact same conditioning, even twins, because one's the strong one and one's the weak one. One was the first one and one was the second one. One's the cute one and one's the smart one. And they have different conditioning. So everybody has different conditioning. So you're like, okay, everybody comes into this world fully dependent on others. We have no way to take care of ourselves. And then our caretakers and life feed us all of this incorrect stuff. And some of it's neglect and self-hate and harm, and some of it's distortion of love, and some of it's beautiful love, some of it's abundance, and some of it, anyway, it's all distorted. So I'm like, okay, so everybody comes in, has their own story, has their own conditioning. So what's the meaning? The meaning is for us to realign with the truth of who we are, to find that truth, and to recognize that we're beautiful for being beautiful. And that life is about growing and expanding into our truth, and recognizing that this truth is about us, every single one of us. We keep looking outside of ourselves to give value to who we are, but the value is in who we are. That's what I think, Sporty Jen. That's what I think. And I think that it is about Worthiness, freedom, love. I've said it so many times today because I love it. And Steve, yeah, great. Right now, you feel like you're in a river with no boat or sail. And then tomorrow, or actually maybe after the meditation, you're going to feel so empowered to do anything. And sometimes I know you feel empowered to do anything. So it's about calibrating more and more and more and more to truth. It's growth and expansion. And it's not going to be just a straight line like this. It's going to be like this with blips because it's life. And in life, there's death, there's illness, there's events, there's circumstances, and every single one of them are here to teach us and for us to grow. And ultimately, the truth is what we're looking for is surrender. Surrender. Step 5. I don't know if I said it yet today. Awareness, acknowledgement of what's desired, appreciation, let go, and then surrender. Surrender to life, acceptance. Like Makati is saying, alignment with source. It all goes back to the awakening of self and realizing that the peace resides within. Absolutely. When we do that, no one or anything can take it away. Exactly. It's alignment with source, with truth, with love, with within, with God, with universe, with nature. Pick your noun. Pick your noun. What do you want to align with? What do you want to align with? Beautiful. Sporty Jen, people go to parks and pay a lot of money to go on a roller coaster. Why can't we honor and enjoy the excitement of the roller coaster we call life? And you just know, oh wow, it's on a up, oh down, I know it must come back up. And that's the line. We're looking for overall a growth that we keep growing. We keep expanding. Life keeps getting better. And we got blips along the way. And that's okay. Alicia, yeah, I don't always like roller coasters anymore. When I was younger, I did. Exactly, Ray. That's why we're queasiness. Exactly. Deborah, I don't like roller coasters too, but it was a good analogy. I like the analogy, Sport Jen. I like the analogy. But yeah, you don't like roller coasters, but it's a ride. It's a journey. It's a destination. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's what I think we're here for. I think we're here to learn to surrender. I think we're here to learn to accept. I think we're here to have unconditional, to find the unconditional beauty in life. Not just when it's sunny, not just when it's 72 degrees, not just when things are good, not just on Saturdays, but every day, every moment, and it's by becoming aware, by becoming present, by becoming aligned, by being in truth. And my truth and everybody else's truth is the same, but it's also expressed differently. So honoring my me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Pauline, how are we up? Happy when we receive gifts or are simply happy, but if a no so good event, we're able to change. I think what you're saying is we're happy when things are good. And when things happen that are so, where is the growth? Where's the expansion? How do I grow from this? Where's the change? Life, the only constant in life is change. It's one of my favorite comments. The only constant in life is change. How do we embrace it? And how do we find the unconditional pleasure and happiness and beauty in life? That's what I think life is all about. Accept unconditionally. Beautiful. Exactly. That's what I think it's about. Because otherwise, I can't understand why everybody is always changing, why everybody has different conditions, and some people are born so beautifully and some people aren't, and then things change and whatever. Then I realized, no, there's got to be something to it. There's something to it. And that something is connection with bigger. Connection with bigger. So much more going on than here. Connection to bigger. And then using my assets to connect to it and being in alignment, it's fascinating and beautiful and beauty. And we are lucky. We are fortunate. aiding exactly any negative experience as containing the best learning. We are here to grow and expand. We are here to learn. We are here to get better. We are here to enjoy and have beauty and pleasure in life. Honoring both adult and inner child. That is acceptance and trust. Beautiful, Sporty Jen. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good, good. I think we're all aligned and feeling good. So today was all about emotions, and I know that there is many of you that have emotions that I actually really want to have a meditation for us to work it out. And all of my meditations go into emotion. They all go into emotion, and they all give a silent period to let you go into your body and to feel into it like we did with the shoulder. So today we're going to do a meditation that's going to do the same thing. That's just going to go into your body and allow you to feel. And I think, Sunita, you said you didn't feel something in your shoulders, but if there's a pain anywhere else in your body, I'm going to guide you to localize anywhere in your body, or if you want to look at yourself as a whole or the judgment you hold on yourself. But what it is feel into whatever resistance you have now, explore it, honor it, understand it, see what it's trying to tell you. And then once we do, we're going to let it go. We're going to let it go. Good? Are you guys ready? Last time after the meditation, I was asked how you should sit. Sit as you want. If you want to lie down, if you want to sit down, I like to meditate cross-legged, whatever you want to do. What's most important is for you just to be comfortable and to be in your body and to be as aware as you can of yourself and limited to external, except for my beautiful voice. Okay, I'll give you all a minute. Varnaz says, oh, give you a minute. I think she's rearranging herself. Fantastic, fantastic. I see the hearts going. The sun is starting to pop up in here. Thank you, Himanshu. He did affirm that I do have a beautiful voice. Thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Okay. So, we're going to start as we usually do with 3 breaths. And I love starting with 3 breaths. For those of you that know me, you know that 3 is my number. And I just like breaths because it just slows down the brain and gives the first indication that we are doing something different. So let's take a deep breath in. And relax, let it all out. Take a second deep breath in. And relax, let it all out. Take a third deep breath in. Today we took an amazing journey and introduced our emotional body as a really powerful body. Many of us have turned off our emotional body and have held it in fear or protection, judged it as painful, as a source of negativity. But today, we've shifted and we recognize the emotional body is just a powerful body and is here to help guide us to our liberty, guide us to freedom, guide us to recognition of the truth of who we are. So we're going to slowly start to feel again, to honor every single emotion, to look at fear from a new lens, to look at fear as a guide towards our deepest desires, or look at sadness equally as a gift, and to recognize that our sadness is here to point us in the direction of happy. We're going to look at anger as an expression of truth and calibrate to allowing our truth to come out from a place of ease and confidence and security. We can recognize that our emotional body is our command center. And when it is ready, our heart and our command center is going to lead our life, lead our minds, lead our full existence. Take a quick scan of your body and see what emotions were woken up today, or see what kind of physical feelings you might feel. So you might approach your body by looking at any tension that you feel, physical, pain. It might be on any of a specific location in your body, your shoulders, your arms, your abdomen, your knees. It might be your whole body. It might be chronic pain or chronic fatigue. But just look at how you hold your body and see where you see a physical limitation. Or you might approach it through your emotional body. Just decide what's the path of least resistance. What part is opening and calling you to? Is it fear, anxiety, stress? So just sort of enter your body through the emotion or physical location that's calling you. Just go in and explore. Don't overindulge in any physical story or any emotional feeling. Just sort of just explore your body. Explore that location. Sort of see it and hold it in a beautiful new way. Recognize that it's there to direct you, to guide you. See the resistance that you have always held towards that physical location, that body part, that illness, that emotion. And just ask that resistance to go away. By virtue of you just being inquisitive and curious, that resistance should easily just pass away. Connect with that resistance, body part, the emotion. Just ask it. See it first. Hear it. Thank it. And just ask, what are you meant to learn from it? What is it that it wants you to know? What is it guiding you towards? Really connect with that resistance and see if you could start to shift to truly loving and appreciating the opportunity to so safely go within yourself. To so safely sit quietly with things that used to be considered as uncomfortable. But now you're just going to open yourself up and be curious, loving, caring, growing, accepting, surrendering, invite any connections with this resistance from the youngest age that you connect with. That might be in the womb, when you're a baby or a toddler. It could also be before you were born, another life. Just see how long this particular resistance and story has been with you. Just ask it how it would like you to learn the lesson so you could let it go. That you're willing to surrender and accept and see the beauty of life and the beauty of you, and it's unconditional to external. But you recognize that external factors helped guide you to this learning and understanding and teaching. Hold the beauty of this exploration. At this point, take a deep breath in and just let go. Let go of all of the resistance that you connected with. Let go of the physical resistance, any of the emotions, any of the stories. And if you want to fly through your timeline, let go of any of the stories as you go through your timeline from being in the womb or from that life that you imagined all the way to where you are now. And just sort of see any time you had a similar feeling or expression of this physical resistance or emotional resistance, and just see that situation, see that time, and just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Your body will know exactly what it needs to do. Just let it go. Let it all go. Because once you're able to see your resistance from a place of love and growth and expansion and recognize it for the gift that it is, just go back to the light. You don't need to carry it in your body anymore. You don't need to carry it in your emotions anymore. You can just let it go. At this point, imagine somebody in front of you about your height and shoulder width and dancing and free, and you could just see from this person just an intense connection with self and just recognition of their worthiness and freedom and love. And just see the radiance, the radiant joy and happiness and love just coming off this person. Just watch them in front of you, just sort of moving with nature, just so free, and just keep walking towards you. As they come to get closer to you, see that they actually look exactly like you. Just walks like you and looks like you and smells like you, and you see that it actually is you. The person just comes into you and just fills you from your feet to your calves and your knees and your thighs and your pelvic area, your abdomen and your chest, your arms and your neck and your face, your head. It just fills you. And now you can smell and see and feel and hear and taste and know. Speak just like this essence of full unconditional freedom and worthiness and love. And you know now that always within you is a connection to truth and an inner being to direct you and to remind you of the beauty of who you are unconditionally. And it doesn't matter what the circumstances are, and it doesn't matter what's going on in you or around you. What matters is the beauty of who you are, the truth of who you are. Your past doesn't matter, and your future doesn't matter. What just matters is you. Now, your being, your beauty. Just you being you. Create an intention to just honor your emotional body and your physical body and your mental body and your egoic body, and recognizing that when they're in alignment and allowing and trusting, everything that you want from life is within you. And all you need to do is turn on your heart to love yourself, to trust yourself, to accept yourself, to know yourself. And nothing else matters. I'm going to pause to give you the opportunity to create any further intentions and to just let all of these feelings integrate into your body. Wonderful. And at this point, just put your thumb and your first two fingers together. And just know that any time you want to feel like this, to get into your alpha state, all you need to do is put your three fingers together, your thumb and your first two fingers, and that your brilliant, amazing, beautiful mind can take you back into this state. So right now you're rewiring your connections to know that you can, at anytime you need to just reconnect to the truth of who you are, put your three fingers together and just come back into this alpha. Wonderful. And at this point, I'm going to count to 5. 3, open your eyes and come back into the virtual room, and let's see how everybody is feeling. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. 4 and 5. How is everybody feeling? Were you able to connect with your emotions and your physical body? Did you start to see how you can really start to strengthen your connection to your emotional body so you can truly get the direction that it's giving you. The truth points you to truth. And when you can start focusing at what it is telling you that it wants rather than what is unwanted, it becomes a really powerful machine. Ashley, I see all these beautiful, beautiful emojis. Sammy, thank you. You got such vibrant energy, Manal. Very amazing. Thank you. Aideen, I discovered that I have amazing strength. Beautiful, Aideen. And that strength is not only when you're alone, Aideen. The world is ready to see your light shine. The world is ready to see you. You have amazing, beautiful talents, and there are people to discover the beauty in you as well and for you to inspire. So I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so, so pleased that you connected with your beautiful, amazing strength. Deborah, think about what we want, not what we don't want. Beautiful. Aideen, thank you for receiving that. Wonderful. We are all connected with such amazing energy and power and purpose and just amazing. And I just love us bringing that out in each other. Himanshu, feeling good, but my mind roaming around a lot. You know, when we went into our body, you could actually also go into your mind and just ask your mind what it wants you to know. And we blame our minds with so many things, and there's so many ways that you can do to try to get your mind to slow down. And I know sometimes mine does too. We're all human, Himanshu. Do the same awareness and process in your mind and ask your mind what it wants you to know, what it wants you, what it's guiding you towards. Andrea, I see some beautiful pics as well, some hearts and beautiful. Jen, thank you. Beautiful meditation to start my morning. Thank you. Jen, where are you? Sunita, my pain has calmed down on my face. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. It's so amazing how you just go into it for it to go. That's what yoga nidra is, but it doesn't, for me, it doesn't get me where I need to go. One of my girlfriends just absolutely loves it. For me, it doesn't. It relaxes my body, but it doesn't give me what meditation does. But anyway. For Naz, good emotions. I saw guilt, but then I knew I was there to teach me a lesson. I feel I have gratitude instead of guilt. Beautiful, beautiful. Many cultures and religions teach guilt and shame, and it's a teacher. So let's ask, what is it that my guilt is trying to direct me towards? What am I moving towards? Where is my freedom? How do I hold this guilt in a place of, instead of shame or resistance, how do I hold it saying, I see you. I see you, guilt. What do you want from me? What do you want for you? Oh, you just want to be seen? Oh, you want to be my friend? Okay, then come on in. I love you. Oh, now you're not guilt anymore, you're gratitude. It's simple. Simple. Switching it from here, the guilt comes from here the shame, and switching it to here to love. Beautiful. It switches. Sammy, that was so beautiful to envision a lighter, freer version of myself. Beautiful, wonderful, wonderful. Jen, Hawaii, yes, that makes sense. Yes, yes, yes. Sporty Jen, beautiful, excellent, excellent. I know this was your first one today. So I hope you come again, because as all of you know, this is a muscle. We're building our muscle. We are all collectively building muscles. I frequently talk about my journey and my emotional journey and what I'm feeling and what I'm going through, and it's because we're not going to just with overnight. It's a reconditioning to honor our emotions. It's a conditioning to go into it and to see it and to love it and to be inspired by it. It's a conditioning to see our physical bodies as unlimited and powerful, and to remember that it has more abilities to do anything than its limitations that we keep placing on it. To see the beauty of our mind. Himanshu, look at the beauty of your mind. Maybe it has trying to tell you something. Maybe sit down and write it all out. Write it all out. Write it all out. Write it all out and see what it's trying to tell you. And then recognize that our mind is connected to our ego and our hearts and our bodies. So what is the mind telling you? Maybe you're not looking at your other bodies enough that the mind is actively trying to speak up for one of them. So if you go into your emotional body or go into your physical body, the mental body can just relax. So just, Himanshu, ask it, what are you doing? But I do see that you keep getting stronger and you're coming in from more of a place of groundedness and gratitude. So let me know. Steve, do I do this every day? I do it twice or 3 times a week. I have another one on Sunday. I wrote it down because I always forget when I'm doing this, what we're doing. We're doing actor. Are you the actor or reactor of your life? And I love that topic. I love it. We've done it once before and the conversations from it are fantastic. Then I have Tuesday and we have Thursday. I have a lot of meditations. Join the group, Attaining Your Authentic Life. And at one point, if y'all want one every day, we could do a certain day for half an hour. It would definitely not be the hour and a half every day. But if enough of you say, hey, let's do this at a certain time, we could see about doing that. But what I want is your freedom, your happiness, your excitement, your zeal. I want us all to wake up excited for life. Himanshu, I always get a good sleep after your meditation. Beautiful. I want us to wake up alive and go to sleep excited and wake up in the middle of the night and not even care and meditate and know that everything is beautiful. Life is meant to be beautiful. Let's calibrate to the beauty of the life that it is meant to be. Sunita too, I sleep better too after your meditations. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, thank you. You guys make me blush. I told you I blush. I blush when you guys give me these compliments. Thank you, Lashan. Thank you. Thank you. Himan, beautiful. Himanshu, beautiful. Wonderful. Well, you're all amazing. Sunday, we talk about actors or reactors. Hold on, I wrote this down. Tuesday, we're going to detangle from anxiety and stress. So today, I don't know how much we really talked about emotions. We ended up going big, but we did talk about emotions. We went to our emotional body. But on Tuesday, we're going to talk about anxiety and stress. And it's going to be very similar to Thursday and Tuesday because ultimately anxiety and stress are emotions that we are not willing to see the real emotion. So I said, let's talk about stress. Let's talk about anxiety and get down to what it really is about because I want us all to get free and eliminate those words. Anxiety and stress should not be words that we use because we should be able to say, I am fearful of this. I am sad about this. I'm excited about this. I'm unhappy about this, whatever it might be. But stress and anxiety means we're not able to label it. And we all need to get to a place where we label it. And I don't know if Gary and Steve are still here, but were you able to connect with your feelings and feel your feelings and take and let go of those layers that you're keeping yourself from your emotional body? And we want to keep on working on it and driving in until you can connect with your emotions and say, hey, I can feel I'm about to get angry, but I don't even want to go there. So let me take my moment, see what it's trying to tell me, and then move on. So you don't even have to get angry in the future. You just become aware that a sensation of that is entering. And you're like, oh, I see you. Before you go out there and all level of, because mine comes out in spurts sometimes too, let's just figure out what is it that you want me to know and let me see how it can untangle from it, detangle from it. And then Thursday, we're talking about, it's a self-image reboot. We're talking about self-image again. So Andrea, I know you mentioned your self-image in there. We're talking about self-image again, talking about how we feel about ourselves, our bodies, our minds, our emotions, our everything, and then coming back to recognizing, hey, we're going to recalibrate to seeing ourselves from a beautiful place. Deborah got kicked out and she came back because it's set for an hour and a half, Deborah. So it's past that marker, but I'm glad that you figured out how to come back in. But I hope to see you all on Sunday. If you have any idea or any thoughts on what you would like for future topics, please let me know what you would like. Put it in the window. Join the group Attaining Your Authentic Life. We're not active in there yet. The person who talks the most is me. Let's keep the conversation going 24/7. Just keep talking about it. If you have any topics that you like, any meditations you want me to write, just let me know. I love you all. You are all fantastic. I love how open you're all and sharing and coming true to who you are. And I think you're beautiful. Sporty Jen, I'm so glad that you felt the connection to me in the group. It's an amazing group. Everybody's amazing. You guys are all beautiful. Guest, what time is the anxiety session? Let me see. I set these things up and then don't remember. Let me see. Guest, is that Indra? Are you Indra or are you a different guest? Hannah, so many new insights. I am glad to hear that. I am happy to hear that. Let me see. It's opening. I'll let you know when it opened. I should have written down. Now it's... does anybody see what time it is on Tuesday? Oh, on Tuesday, it's at 10 a.m. Oh, no, that's on Sunday. It's 10:30 a.m. 10 a.m. on Sunday and 10:30 on Tuesday. Ginny, okay, guest, beautiful, Ginny. Farnaz, thank you. You're beautiful. Himanshu, connect with me on InsightTimer, and we can see how we can connect. Farnaz, you are amazing. You are amazing. You're amazing. You're beautiful. I always love how you come in, and you've been so vulnerable throughout the sessions, and I can see your growth and your vibrancy, and I think you are absolutely beautiful. Himanshu, 7 p.m. here. Yes, I know that we have the East and we have the West, and I try to flip between the morning. I think the East Coast where I am in North Carolina is pretty good for honoring Europe and Asia, and also the West of the US and all those sides. So I usually try to do a morning, and then I try to do an afternoon. I still haven't done an evening because sometimes in the evenings, I cater to my children, and also sometimes I feel like, okay, I'm done. So I'll try to do an evening, which might be earlier for you guys, but I haven't tried yet. Hopefully, I like to try new things. That will be a big one for me. A 7 or 8 p.m. session. Would you guys like that? My time? Anyway, I don't know. Steve is in New York. Fantastic. Sunita, that was in East Coast time, New York time. It's at 1 a.m. right now. Your next session time is 7 p.m. Himanshu, oh, at your time. Beautiful. Oh my God, everybody's everywhere. Belfast, Northern Ireland. I love it. Wonderful. Okay, Jen, I'll try an evening session. I know in Hawaii that would be much preferred. I'll try one in the next few weeks. I can't promise which day, but I will. Ireland, Aston, Pennsylvania, near Wilmington, Delaware. Wow, you guys, this is so fascinating. So fascinating. I love Belfast Ship. That's in UK. Wonderful. Ireland. Wow, you guys, amazing. Usually I have lots of Canadians in the audience too. I'm Canadian, so I like to see my Canadians too. Finland, late night, Hannah. Beautiful. I'm glad you're here. I'll do a late night. That will be an early morning for you then. 7 p.m. guys would work? Or is that would it need to be later than that? Pauline, Canadian. I know there's always my token Canadians in the audience. Perfect, Andrea. I'll do a few evening ones so you don't have to have some. But this is a bit late for you. But I'll do some evening ones. Okay, I'll add it to my schedule. Fantastic. So does everybody feel BC? That's what I am, Leanne. I grew up in Richmond, BC. You know that's the suburbs of Vancouver, British Columbia. Most of my family is still there. Wonderful. You guys are all beautiful. You're all brilliant. I love you all. I really enjoyed this. It's not even, oh, you're in New Westminster. Fantastic. This would not even be a fraction of what it is without all of you that are talking, and all of you that aren't, all of the beautiful faces that are scrolling along the bottom, all of the hearts that inspire me all along the way, all of the vulnerability, all of the questions, and all of the desire to grow and take accountability for this life. We have the most beautiful life. It's an amazing, brilliant world that we live in. It is beautiful and brilliant. Let's live it that way. Let's live it that way. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. We can have anything we desire, but the only thing we desire is actually connection with ourself. We talked about being alone. The real thing that we connection is a connection with ourselves. And we do it by honoring our different bodies. And let's continue journeying together and finding alignment and truth in the beauty of who you are, because you are absolutely amazing. We have just been conditioned to believe that we're not. We're absolutely amazingly beautiful. Let's let go and tear down that damn conditioning and come back to the truth of who we are. And did you hear anger? That was anger. That was anger fueled at letting us know that our truth is in our beauty. Our truth is in our alignment with ourselves. Our truth is within ourselves. And we are going to keep getting at it till we all radiate the truth. And your truth is different than my truth. And if you radiate my truth, you're not going to be as beautiful as radiating your own truth. You all need to radiate your own truth and not mirror each other, our own truth, our uniqueness. And that's what I'm all about, is helping us all radiate the uniqueness of who we are and to celebrate our own stories and to own them with pride and excitement and happiness. You hear so many stories of so many successful people, and their stories at the beginnings were sometimes difficult, and then boom, they make it. They don't hold it in shame anymore. So why do we hold our past in shame? There is no reason to. It's all celebration and honor and respect and excitement, because we rock. That's it. We rock. Drop the mic. I think I'm done now. Drop the mic. We rock. We rock. Okay, everybody. I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope to see you on Sunday or Tuesday or Thursday or everywhere. You are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. My love, always.